Alright, what do YouTube back on another video. In this video, we'll be breaking down how to read any chart in 3 simple steps. Let's not waste any more time and get straight into it. So most of the time when people read charts, they have no idea what they're looking at. It's a bunch of noise until you know the 3 things to look for. If you look at just a random chart, any random ticker, you're just gonna see a bunch of candlesticks. You have no idea what you're looking for. It can be really confusing for a new beginner, and for someone that's even really experienced at trading, it can be a lot to look at and a lot to take in, because initially when you're first learning about candlesticks and market structure, it looks like a lot is going on, but also just have to simplify things and look at things from a higher, top-down approach. So the first 3 things you can really do. Number 1, the 3 reads you're looking for. Trend, which way is the price going? Is it going up, going down, going sideways? 2, having the levels, like the key level indicator. The prices is where decisions get made. And 3, volume. I've talked about this in many videos before, but volume is what gives the real confirmation moves actually real, or if there's actually real buyers or sellers behind the move. Number 1, read the trend. Direction always comes first, and price moves in a structure of swings, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs or lower lows, or equal highs, equal lows. This is the most important part of a chart, and understanding how to read the chart. If you can understand which way a chart's going, typically to the up and to the right, because we're in an uptrend across the board for many stocks, that means you're in an uptrend. If you're going down like in 2022 or making a downtrend across a specific equity or ticker, that means you're a downtrend. If you can just do that first step and look at the chart, is the higher time frames will always be more indicative of the actual trend. That's why we always emphasize the top-down approach. This is why instead of focusing on the 1 minute and 5 minute time frame hyper scalping, focusing on lower time frame trades, just be able to identify the higher time frame trend and take trades in the direction of the higher time frame trend. You'll make much more money than trying to focus on hyper scalping the 1 minute time frame. If you know the trend's going up and to the right, and just as a reminder here for everybody, the daily trend is going to be the 5 minute trend. Just to really consolidate that in a really concise point. Stop hyper fixating on the smaller time frames. Focus on the daily and weekly trends, and you'll be much more successful and much more profitable and consistent in your trading. So again, let's look at an example here like ARM here, a stock that I've covered pretty extensively here on the channel. ARM on the daily time frame. What do we see here? Let's go green. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and you're in a clear uptrend here. Again, let's look at a name like Nvidia. Nvidia on the daily time frame. What can we see here? Nvidia was stuck in a box for quite some time. It was stuck in a box train sideways, making equal highs and equal lows. That's what we call a range here. We're moving nowhere. But look exactly what happened here once you broke above the range. You broke above the range here, retest, push back up, and push back up to new highs. Now look, you can see what you're forming here in the daily time frame. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. There show up another higher low end, break and retest, push back up to new highs. You're in a clear uptrend here on Nvidia stock, making higher highs and higher lows in the daily time frame. Stop focusing on lower time frames, focus on the higher time frame daily chart, and you'll be much more successful and profitable. So step number 2, make sure you mark all the levels and make sure they're all important levels. Again, if you're using the indicator we have, OD Key Levels Pro has all levels marked out for you, so you don't have to worry about marking out random levels and being confused. Now, if you guys don't want to get the indicator, you just want to just freestyle like Lil Baby said, all you're really looking for is areas of support resistance where prices interacted at multiple times, or it's like an all-time high, higher low, something where a swing high, swing low could be established. So what to look for? Areas that price has been tested 2 or more times. Round numbers. We always talk about this on Discord. Magnet levels like 220 on ARM, $300 on Apple, $400 on ARM, Nvidia, etc. So looking for big round numbers, or even looking further back in the Nasdaq, looking for like big sectors like 30,000 on ES, 8,000, etc. Looking for big whole round numbers that act like magnets naturally because it's a nice whole round number. Usually on the options chain, that strike is more flooded with open interest, volume, etc., as opposed to like random 415, 417.5. So big round numbers typically act like magnets. Again, this is a big one. Prior breakout points or old highs or lows. That's typically how I draw my key levels and how we draw levels inside of option drops. And number 4 to look for, big wicks that show rejection at a certain price. A common mistake people do is they draw 1,000 lines, no line is significant, and they get confused looking for everything that's a key level, and all these levels are just nonsense and not an insignificant looking for. So again, let's look at something like Micron here in TradingView. We'll use the indicator for example in this instance. So if we just turn off all the show nearby levels here on Micron, you guys can look here and see all the key levels we had plotted out here on the Micron stock. So why is this a big one down here at 819? You can see clear rejections, 1 rejection, 2 rejections, 3 rejections, 4 rejections, and then we nosedived here on Micron. Same thing for support. Why is this level marked at support? You can see clear level of support came in right here, and you broke to the upside. And then look exactly what happened here on Micron when you mounted 819. Again, resistance, 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 resistance. Flip that level back into support right here, 819, and rocket to the upside. A clear break and retest here on the 1 hour time frame go trade on Micron in particular. So again, using something like indicator is really simple. It has everything marked out for you. Really great tool. I recommend using it. If you guys don't want to use the indicator, again, all you gotta do, like I said, look for, like it says right here, prior breakout points or old highs or old lows. Looking at micron here. If you guys don't want to use the indicator, like I said, come over here. Horizontal ray. Let's turn the magnitude on to make it easier. High right here, mark it out. High right here, mark it out. Low right here, mark it out. Yo, swing high right here. If we can zoom down to lower time frames, look at the retest we have. Zoom in here to like 531. Again, what we talk about, rejection, 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 rejection. Break above here on 531 and skyrocket to the upside just based on marking out these old breakout points or old swing highs or swing lows. Simple stuff here. Again, going back to the first point, market structure. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then you broke out to new highs on Micron at 531. Like we talked about in step number 1. Number 3. Like we talked about in my last video about ARM, you have to confirm the move of volume. Trend gives direction, levels give location, and volume tells you whether to believe it or not. Volume is the effort behind the move. So what to look for? Volume expanding into a breakout, real participation behind the move. Volume drying up in a pullback, normal, healthy. Like we talk about bull flag breakouts. When you have a big bull flag like this, you consolidate up, bull flag sideways, volume decreases right here in this area. Then you have that big breakout above highs and get more volume on the uptick to the upside. A breakout in weak volume is typically a warning sign, a false breakout, a bear trap, a bull trap, because you're taking out liquidity and nosediving back to the upside or back to the downside depending on what direction you're trading. And a volume climax, what typically we call stopping volume, typically happens after exhaustion or something like a blow off top where you have a massive to the upside, you gap up, and volume typically marks the bottom. Same thing on SPY when you have all-time high, or typically on SPY when you mark a bottom, that's when the most volume is, what we call climax volume or stopping volume. A level breakout on heavy volume means it. The same break in quiet volume is often a breakout. So again, let's look at SPY here in the daily time frame. Again, this is a great example of looking at climax volume or stopping volume. Look where the most volume always comes in on SPY. It's these big red candles down here, and that typically marks the bottom before the pushback up to the upside. Same thing. Look at the most volume that came in right here. Pushback to the upside. Zoom out to even further instances. Last year we had the tariff tantrum, whatever you want to call it. Look where the most volume came to the market on SPY. Down here at lows, you bomb down here around $500 on SPY and never look back, and volume stabilized back to normal down here on SPY, averaging about 100 million on volume on SPY down here at lows when you mark the bottom. So volume is going to give you the confirmation you're looking for. Like we said right here, volume tells you whether to believe it or not. Volume is the effort behind the move. If you have volume on the move, it's going to give you the whole story. One more example here, looking at ARM like we talked about in previous videos. All the volume came here on ARM when you broke out. You broke out here on ARM, the most volume came in on the breakout above 230. Today when you gapped up towards $400, more volume came in. Now could this be a blow off top in the making? Sure, but we don't have enough information on the chart just yet. If ARM does something like this, we have like another big gap up candle and comes shooting back down with high volume, like something like this, where higher volume up here, that could be the sign that the blow off top is forming and you climaxed pause on ARM stock. You're going to start seeing a massive pullback here across the stock, across ARM stock. And let's look at one more example here on QQQ. Same story here. When the market bottoms, typically it comes on higher increasing volume. This whole pullback right here on QQQ, look at the exact volume that came in here and down here lows. It marked the bottom down here on 584, pushed back up. Same thing down here in early April, late April. You came down, most volume came in, rally back to the upside. Rally back to the upside here on QQQ. So volume is always going to tell you the true story behind the move and what's actually happening behind the market, behind all the big money buyers. One more example here on a breakout today, like we saw in the video on the lower time frames. Again, just looking at like a lower time frame breakout here as well on a ticker like ARM. On a ticker like ARM, I keep using it for example, but it's a great stock right now. Once you broke out here in ARM above 410, the high up day level right here, look at the uptick in volume, gradually rising to the upside. You break out here towards 420 ARM stock, and the volume tells you the whole story down here with upticking volume, showing you that buyers are actually interested in the move. There's real effort behind the move. Everything played out. So again, like we talked about, how the three work together. They're not separate boxes, you just do a bunch of random stuff together. They're all things that build the best possible charts and best setups. When price is turning the upside, you're making higher highs, higher lows. You're at a level that matters on something like ARM or NVIDIA breaking out, and also you have volume behind the move. Those are all the things you're looking for in an A+ setup that you need to be looking for with all three things: higher highs, higher lows, market structure confirming the move, volume, and you're at a key level breakout, identifying the key level, using the indicators, marking them out. So I'm not sure what happened in the last clip, but my camera ended up freezing. But like I said, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video in 4 days. I'll be posting it again here on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And follow for more trades and content coming away soon. Simple.